what my typical day looks like for online school is that I wake up about an hour before school starts, get myself ready, eat breakfast, and then I just open my computer and make sure that I have kind of everything around me that I'm going to need for that day. Since I know my whole order for class, make sure I got that down, and then I just hit on to the Microsoft Teams link and sit there and listen and follow the directions of what my teachers have given me.
For me, it's just the fact that I know my child is safe. Having her at home is a clear way to know that she's not interacting with anyone in a school setting and changing classes and things like that that could get her sick or get anybody else sick.
My favorite part about online school is the fact that I know that I, or at least most people, are safe at home.
Being in the predicament that we're in now with the country, we had to do that, so that we make sure that the students are safe, and and the teachers and the administrators and everybody else. So I think that's the first and foremost, and one of the main things that I like about it, because the students are safe.
My least favorite part of online school is the fact that we spent 6 months out of school and we come back and it's like blam, already this kind of work, and there was no kind of like ease into it. It was kind of just like, here's everything.
As a parent, I know my child, and every parent knows their child, and they know what their children's personalities are. And so for me, I think the downside of it is not having that social interaction. I've not been one to do virtual school, but I do know that you can't really build relationships, strong relationships, just through a virtual experience. And so I think that's the downside of it, is that all the teachers and all the students are, in this virtual space.
The school, well, my daughter's in the Center for the Arts program in musical theater, so I know that they can't really do a lot of their showcases and all that they do, and with her, they got to be doing, theater and acting and things of that nature and dancing. So that's kind of one of the downsides of being in a virtual space, because she can't really, get the full effects of her program being doing the virtual. And then also I think with the, I think that what they should do is probably have some more physical PE. They can do some activities, or some of the things that they could do, at least to be able to log them, to let them know, so that they're still getting their physical activity, exercises and all of that.
I feel fine about schools reopening if they have the proper PPE and they have the school set up, as they're saying. I would hate for schools to open up and not have the proper sanitation, or not have the right type of, whether it's plexiglass or whatever, to make sure that the kids are, safe, and the teachers and all the staff as well. I would be more concerned about little kids, just because it's really hard for them to maintain social distance. They like to play, they like to touch and do all that. So my thought is that I would love to have my child go back to school if I knew that the social distancing and all that could be in place.
I would say I'm a little concerned about the schools reopening, because I think if you look at the other counties around that have reopened, and then they have to go back to closing, and then with my daughters, the high schools will be going back in February, which is one of the coldest months of the year. So we just want to make sure that if they do open, like I said, they have the proper ventilation, things that they make sure that they take care of all of the PPE and the sanitation, make sure that they're safe, and I know they're working hard to do that. I still have some concerns about it myself, that that's going to be able to really pull it off and not get children and the staff and everybody else sick. So I do have some concerns about them reopening, but we're just going to hope for the best.
I feel like, of course I would want everybody to be safe, and all that stuff. But I'm so excited for schools to open back up because, again, I love seeing people, I love interacting with people, I love hearing people's voices. And when teachers are explaining stuff, I like to see how they write it out. I like to see how they do stuff, and that's my easiest way to learn. So I'm ready to go back in person.